and welcome to Who Corner to Corner podcast. My name is Geoff, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend Paul.
Hi, that's me over here. Hi, in the dark.
There he is. You're crouching like some sort of golem,
Yes.
like thing on the stairs.
Yes, I'm in a different secret location today, and I'm literally just camped out on the bottom step of this really weird big house in North Yorkshire. So, yes, that's where
You've made it sound far more exciting and mysterious than it actually is.
It's really mysterious. Look at that black patch up there, if you can see that. No idea what that is, but it's been like that all day. Whoa.
Don't touch it.
So we're joined tonight by our other good friend, Graham. Hello, Graham.
Hello guys. Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. A little bit.
Good.
Excited to be doing this. I haven't done this for a long time.
He was thinking about it.
We'll see.
Is excited the right word, or is nervous?
I was trying to work out which. I was going to say anxious, but I didn't want to be so negative. So
That's the attitude we like, Graham. Yes.
That's the spirit. Well, what we're doing tonight is we're back on...
Dun dun dun! There you go. The Doctor Who role-playing game.
The Doctor Who role-playing game. So, if you've been listening to us for a while, you'll know that a couple of months ago we spoke to Dave Chapman from Cubicle7 Games. Cubicle7 make all sorts of RPG games, tabletop games, including the Doctor Who range, and they just actually have announced the some of the 60th games that are coming out a bit later in the year, which he mentioned to us when we spoke to him, Paul. And then a little bit after that, we took on our own game of the RPG, didn't we?
Did.
Which was the Escape Room of Shadows, which was the 13th Doctor and our new companion, Rebel Jim, getting stuck into an escape room. And it was a two-part adventure with, I must say, a cracking cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger was brilliant, Geoff.
The rest of it, not so much.
I wasn't going to say that.
But we enjoyed it so much, and... we had quite a good response to it, so we thought we'll get back together again and do another RPG session. So tonight, Graham is the the games master, not the showmaster. He might be a showmaster, I don't know. So it's going to be, you're going to be leading things. So I'm going to be the Doctor, and I'm going to try my best to embody the 13th Doctor.
I thought you were going to be. I thought you were going to be the Geoff Doctor. You know. No?
Well, it's probably going to end up being that
way. What will happen halfway through the episode?
Yes, indeed.
Like every generation.
It's tantalising.
Okay.
Right.
So, Paul is going to be his original character, Rebel Jim. Paul, would you like to give people a quick recap on Rebel Jim in case they haven't heard the previous episodes?
Yeah, on account of that, I don't have my character notes with me. So this is all from memory, but I would say actually go and listen to the previous one. Rebel Jim is a bit of a techno geezer from the future, and he's really messed up to the point that he's got the personality of some old man inside his head. Now this is not Rebel; it's an actual other personality, inside his head of an old guy who may or may not still be alive. It could be a copy of the old guy, but just occasionally, when Rebel gets a little bit nervous, the old guy, whose name is Jim, pops out. He just suddenly takes over Rebel's personality and body and everything, and usually comes up with words that involve lots of swearing and all kinds of derogatory statements towards Jim, towards Rebel, because they clearly don't get on with each other. But yeah, that's it, and he's messed up. He's messed up big time.
It's like the 11 that you get on Big Finish audios, but it's just the 2.
It's
less impressive.
Rebel's actually his name. Jim is the name of the old guy.
Yes,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So Graham, as games master tonight, I'm going to hand over to you now to get the party started.
Okay.
No pressure.
Right. Well, where we are, we're in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going straight into this because I ain't got no preamble. But we're in the TARDIS, and you have the TARDIS set on the randomiser.
Oh,
okay.
I love the
so
randomiser.
Switch
I need
flicking.
place I've written and not anywhere else. So you're on the randomiser, and it's taken you to the city of Homs in Syria in 704 AD.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a very specific year. Oh, it's the city of Homs. I haven't been here in a long time, Rebel.
Prehistoric.
Last time I was here, it was New Year's Eve parties, probably a bit before they celebrated those.
That's amazing. Yeah. So there's no Wi-Fi here, presumably. Yeah. Is it? Are we talking pre-broadband?
No, there'll be no Wi-Fi.
This is prehistoric.
Unless the Cardiff
Prehistoric.
broadband has got a good reach.
So that means I probably can't.
Now that's
use
an
my
interesting
phone,
question. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to use it here.
'Cause my
Rebel.
phone's
The
pretty
TARDIS
good.
does have Wi-Fi, as you know. And do you remember what the password is for the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I just thought you'd make something up
Yeah.
there. Password's Yaz1. And
That must have been left by a previous
Yeah,
traveller.
you still got to tell me about
yes.
this
Yeah.
Yaz person and why she's
Yeah.
not with you anymore, Doctor.
Well, let's just get straight onto the adventure. We've been brought here for a reason, and we need to go and investigate Hom and see what's going on.
Because of the randomizer.
Yeah, and the
Yes.
randomiser's totally random.
there must
It
be a
has
reason.
No
Quite a
ulterior.
boring trip. Well, anyway, so it's basically that you're in this old city. It's in Syria. It's obviously an Islamic state. There's a caliphate. That's ruling dynasty.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not going to sit here and describe everything about this.
That's right. It's
state. You're just going to have to go and discover it all for yourself.
It's very hot.
So I would advise you leave the TARDIS
Yeah.
and see what's out there.
very hot.
Okay.
It's very busy. There seems to be a lot of people here. There's market stalls. There's townhouses. There's smells of spices and everything. I'm actually starting to feel quite hungry now. Can we get something to eat? I need something to eat. I do want literally something to eat right now. Because if I don't, there's going to be trouble.
Well, Rebel, be my guest, go and try something. I can't vouch for the ferocity of any of these spices and any
I don't
effects
care.
they might have on your,
This is where it all began.
you know,
By
your
the look of
innards.
things, I'm happy with that. They've got holes in the ground, so that'll do me. That's
Okay.
all I need.
Okay, the doctor would say, okay,
Well,
that's a little bit more
as you're,
information.
As you're wandering around this market looking for some food for Rebel,
Yeah, yum, yum, yum.
you do create a little bit of a tension on yourselves. So
Okay.
people are starting to wonder who you are and pay attention, and you are arousing suspicions with your strange dress.
Yeah, because we
Your
were
strange
not really
language.
dressed for this and getting quite hot, to be honest. Really hot, and I don't think it's just the sunshine.
So, the doctor would say, so, Rebel, normally when we go places, we kind of blend in fairly easy. People don't seem to really notice us, but we're sticking out like a sore thumb here today. So, I think we need to go and casually try and get ourselves some local clothes so we can blend in a
Local
little bit
garb.
better.
Yeah, okay, I'm up for that. No problem. There seems to be plenty of places where we
You'll
can...
have to wait.
There are
You'll have
plenty
to
of
wait.
places
Plenty
you
of
can buy
places,
clothes
yeah.
if you have the correct currency, of course.
Yeah, have you got any money,
Bless you,
Doctor?
Geoff.
Because I
you.
haven't got any.
Well, I thought you... Oh, okay. So, the doctor rarely carries any money, so we're going to have to do a little bit of bartering here.
Yeah.
So, Rebel, what have you got in your pockets that might be
hold
of
on.
use in a
I've got
bartering scenario?
I've got a clockwork toy frog, which I robbed off you actually, and I've got what's that? I've got 15 sesterces, so that's a good one. I've got a real frog as well. Actually, that wasn't in there before. That must have just jumped in.
500 years too late for Sister.
Am I? Oh, that's a shame. That must have been left over from when we went to see Brian. You don't get no.
Well, all this fuss and this flap you're causing, everybody, the city guards have turned up,
Oh
and they've decided
no!
that you need to see someone in authority.
Why every
And
time
as
we
luck
go
would have
anywhere?
it, the Caliph is visiting the city at the moment, and they have decided to take you to see him.
Okay. So are we kind of
straight.
dragged away, or are we escorted politely? Is there?
Well, you're
Civility.
gently encouraged.
Okay. So
You know,
Okay, so
it's
the
not-
doc-
it's not- you're not being manhandled. You're being asked to see the Caliph.
I see,
And,
but it's quite clear if we decide to
reason
not
to
see
refuse.
the Caliph, then those big swords.
You could do that.
Leave their sheaths.
So the Doctor would say, "Okay, don't panic, Rebel. This happens all the time. It's like my pre-arranged greeting whenever I turn up somewhere new. So let's just follow along with them. Don't cause a fuss, and we'll go and sign some autographs and get the show on the road."
Fuss? No problem. I'm right behind you, Doctor. You lead the way.
So you are led into this. This is not the palace of the Caliph. This is let's call it a stately home of the era.
Nice and airy.
Because I don't know what they would call it, but it's a very posh residence. Let's put it that way.
So and the Doctor's just going to say, "Oh, Rebel, I forgot my National Trust membership card. You got yours on you?"
That's amazing. Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, I'm just. The Caliph is Marwan the First. He's introducing himself to you, and he's asking, "Who are you, and where did you come from, and what are you doing in Syria?"
Okay, so
Just looking for a sandwich.
this Doctor would probably say something like, "Marwen the First, no sequels yet, so the original." She's going to say, "Rebel, why don't you explain what we're doing here?"
Yes, I can do that. So basically, I'm just really, really hungry, and there's just so much food down here. We
The
couldn't
Caliph
say no.
snaps his fingers and sends for some food.
Ah, yes!
Oh,
Brilliant!
look at that.
I love
Service
it.
with a smile.
Yay.
Well done, Rebel. Thank you
But
very much.
listen, he wants to know why you're here, not just to eat.
Not just to
surely.
eat. We could be here just to eat. Or
Well,
is
we
the
were travelling
Yes.
and we've ended up getting lost. Rebel, we can't say anything about the randomiser. We mustn't draw any more attention to
let's
ourselves.
not.
So that's the Doctor whispers and says we're travelling and we've gotten ourselves lost and we've stumbled upon your fine, stately
Lovely
home
stately
and
home.
town.
Beautiful. It's big.
Lovely.
Well, the Caliph is quite flattered by your description of his home. He says it's not my home. This is the home of Khalid ibn Yazid,
Ooh, okay.
a scientist. We're very proud of his scientist. This scientist is actually his nephew, who would have been the Caliph, but he was too young at the time, so the people elected his uncle to take charge.
It's all right.
He's
It'll be the
dedicated his
sequel.
life to science.
Oh, love a good scientist.
Yeah. Oh, you're interested in science, are you? Ian?
Oh, love a bit of science, me.
I really wonders if you'd like to meet the scientist. What's his name? Khalid ibn Yazid.
Absolutely.
Can we eat
Rebel,
first?
you know
Well,
that.
He calls for his nephew, and he's invited you to dine with them all.
Good. That
Okay.
works for me. Let's do that.
You accepting that? I
Yeah,
assume?
happy with that.
Well, that
Oh,
Rebel,
This sounds like a good
that'll
place.
please
So-
Rebel's rumbling tummy.
Yeah.
You've kind of sated the curiosity of the Caliph. You know, if you're just travelling,
This is great.
it's like there's nothing to worry,
Yeah.
there's nothing to fear. They seem to have their own kind of troubles going on here at the
That's
moment.
down to them.
And,
They don't need us to make it anything any worse.
Yeah, so they're more interested in that, and he leaves you in the company of Khalid.
Science is
And
gone.
he wants to know what sort of science you're in, because this is, remember, 704. Khalid explains that he is he's interested in mathematics, and he's interested in alchemy, and he's interested in medicine, and obviously he reads as much as he can. He wants to know what sort of scientists you two are.
Yeah, you tell him, Doctor.
Well, the Doctor's going to say, "Yeah, okay, I will, Rebel. I'm a doctor of maths, alchemy, Lego, candy floss, hope, mostly hope, space travel, probably a few things I shouldn't mention that you won't know about yet, and stuff I probably shouldn't mention anyway. And yeah, you know, I got quite a few doctorates under my belt, really.
Yeah.
Rebel, how about you?
I just carry the Doctor's vials. He's got any food? really, really hungry. Not kidding. I need food.
He's my He's my official vial holder.
I'm really good at holding vials.
My vial holder.
Yeah.
he holds vials, or he holds anything?
I'm just a lab assistant, or lab rat. Really, that's
well,
all
he's
I am.
not. Yeah, Khalid is very polite to you, then Rebel, but he's kind of ignoring you now.
That's fine. That's good.
He wants
Why
to
does
talk
that?
to the scientist.
I'm just going to go and have
he
some
wants
of
to know
these.
what this wondrous thing,
these are.
this thing he's never heard of, candy floss.
Can I eat these?
Oh, candy floss.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, Khalid.
It's travel if you've got time.
Well, have I got time? I'm the Doctor. I've always got time. Candy floss is like taking clouds from the sky, flavouring it like pure joy, sticking it on a stick, and eating it. Isn't that right, Rebel Jim? Can you stop eating so noisily,
exactly.
please?
Just what the Doctor said.
Your table manners are atrocious.
It's nice though. I like that. That I think it wasn't so good, but this.
He really thinks you're some sort of magician now, taking clouds from the sky.
You carry on, Doctor. You.
Well, he's very impressed. He's offering to show you around his laboratory.
Oh yeah, let's go and have a look.
He says he has some interesting things, and recent discoveries. He thinks maybe you might like to see them.
Yeah.
Would I like to see them? Of course I'd like to see them.
Finish your meal, of course.
Well, the Doctor hasn't eaten anything. Doctor doesn't sort of really eat that often. Rebel, are you okay? You look
I'm
like
good. I've got something stuck in my face.
Knocked it back a bit quickly there.
Well, I thought I'd swallowed it, and then it kind of came back for a second chew. So I'm just having that second chew at the moment.
Okay. Well, whilst you get on with that, I'm going to say, guided tour. We are there. 2 tickets for your guided tour.
Great. Well, he's taking you up.
I've got my National Trust card as well.
Yeah, he doesn't know what that is.
Yeah, the Doctor will explain it as they.
Okay, we'll leave that as a subplot that we cut out.
An abandoned subplot.
Okay, you what? I'll just forget about that then. It's gone.
Yeah, when he's showing you around his laboratory, you start to notice there are some strange objects that you wouldn't have expected.
I didn't think they'd invented depolarizers yet, Doctor.
Just little, pieces of metal generally. They've kind of been dismantled, so it's hard to tell what they are. But you can see the way the metal's polished, the way the glass is cut, the way there's plastic there. There should not be plastic there. There are bits and pieces all over the place. Something's going on here. So what I'm going to need is you're both a bit techie, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I would say is you both have to roll a single dice.
Okay.
And add it to your. Have you got? I've forgotten what your categories are. What's your best category for this? Intelligence, technology,
I would say.
Yeah, technology for you and intelligence for me. I've got my dice rolling app here.
Okay.
Let me just dim my screen a bit and see if you can see it a little bit better.
Your sonic device for rolling dice, is it?
There you go. There's my die.
Come up with a 6.
So the Doctor's going to say to Rebel. No, I haven't rolled it yet. He's going to say, Rebel, there's some things here that keep this on the down low. Some things here that definitely should not be here at this date and time. Maybe you can take a bit of a squiz at some of it to see if you can work out exactly what they are, and I'll take a look at some of these things over here.
Okay.
But we're going to need to roll a dice.
Right. What are your scores? Your modifying scores, your intelligence and your technology.
+3
for each of you. Which one?
Hold on.
Yours is 3.
For intelligence, I'm going to say I'm just going to go to the book here because it's got.
Rebel, I'm looking for your technology score.
It was a high one. Yeah. 3.
Well, what's the number?
You 3. No, it's
that high?
Well, I don't know. I haven't got my cards with me. I'm working from memory. It's all at
okay,
my.
I'm just going to give you 6.
Give me a 6. That'll do. Yeah, right. 3 and a 3.
And Geoff, what's your intelligence number? You forgot you haven't brought your card, have you?
Yes, I've got one.
Yeah.
I've got his book.
Oh, right. You've got a
Yeah, the Doctor's knowledge is 6 and her science is 5.
Okay.
Technology is 6. So any one of those. Let's go for knowledge because there's
quite
a lot of knowledge.
Anyway.
Yeah. Right. I'm just trying to work out a number in my head.
Okay.
You've got to get 12 with 1 dice each and those scores added up.
Okay. All right. I'm going to roll my dice.
I rolled mine.
Where's
it's
my
3.
roll button? It's there.
So that's 6 and 6. Oh no, 2.
Okay.
Plus your modifier.
2. So 8.
And my 6. My
and
6
Paul?
is 14.
You've 16 total. Well, that's a fair bit over 12. It's a little bit over 12. Right, let's say you're going to get an inkling here. Rebel is going to have a look at this stuff, and he's going to determine that these things are clearly weapons.
That is a
and they're weapons of the laser variety.
Yeah, that is
so they're
targeting system over there.
Yeah,
you got a lens reflex.
So the Doctor is going to have a look.
This is a power amplifier.
The Doctor recognises this technology.
Oh, does she? Okay. So the Doctor's going to say to Rebel that there definitely shouldn't be weapon technology like this here ever, let alone now. It looks like they've dismantled something. Perhaps they've been trying to what do you call it when you kind of strip something to pieces and then try and figure it all out?
Reverse technology, reverse engineering.
Yes, it looks like they're trying to reverse engineer something, but I can't understand how they would. I don't know how they'd be able to do that with this stuff in this time period.
Khalid has decided that you look like you know what this is, so obviously he's been trying to work out what this is, and he's had no real luck. But you've instantly given him a clue that you know, so he's going to explain that these pieces of what he calls armour were found on the battlefields of places where his armies were wiped out, and they obviously put up a good fight because they took down some of the assailants, but they never caught any. These are just like discarded pieces of technology, almost as if they didn't really think they needed them anymore. They were miles. They were far too superior to really actually need to worry about all this technology.
Okay.
They were going to win anyway. Every army that's come across these raids, they don't know anything. They're described as knights in shining armour, and you do find a helmet. Those that can't see, I think maybe you could describe those listening on.
So that is a very metal helmet with handles instead of ears.
And it looks a little bit like it's got some tears falling from its eyes. So the Doctor could be honest to Khalid, or could say, is that his name?
Khalid, yeah.
Khalid could be honest, or could say could lie, say something like a Slimurian blaster, which is what Graham calls a Silurian, I believe. What do you think, Rebel? Should we be honest, or should we make something up to diffuse and downplay the potential severity of the situation?
We need to find out if these really are Cybermen, then where they're holed up, because that's potential. Because Cybermen,
and I presume that Rebel
in a place like this, that's dangerous. That's never going to end well.
Yeah. I presume that Rebel knows about the Cybermen. He's heard of them in his adventures.
He's from the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's good. Okay. So the Doctor's going to say, yeah, I think you're right, Rebel. It's not good having them here. First of all, I want to know how they're getting around without getting sand in all their metal joints.
Good lubrication.
Well,
technology.
They have
that's what that
very
is.
Good oil.
Yeah.
I used to know a guy who used to sell all that
stuff. So we're going to say to Khalid,
he made a fortune during the cyber wars. He did. He was well out there. Had his own little company on a freighter. He used to go taking lubricants from one place to another. That's all he ever did. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
Jim, I don't want to know what you get up to at the weekends, okay?
Jim's
Stay
lubricants
put.
are not a topic for sane discussion. We need to find out where these Cybermen are, if they're still here. If it was an accident,
Okay.
If they got plans, whether they're passing through, look, they can't stay.
Okay, so the Doctor's going to say, Khalid, I've seen this technology before, I've seen this armour before, and I'm sorry that your soldiers were wiped out by them. I'm afraid you're dealing with a threat that you have no hope of defeating on your own. But fortunately for you, myself and Rebel are here to help. Can you take us to the battlefield?
Yes,
Hey.
you can. You can do that. It's quite a way out of town, so you're going to hop on some
Of
camels.
course.
And
What- Hang on, one hump or two?
this will be one hump.
Single hump.
One hump.
One
Yeah.
hump for you, one hump for
I'm
me.
trying
you
to
don't
make-
give a camel to an office.
Oh, don't get the hump, Rebel.
Get the right hump with this one, I tell you. I hate camels.
Right, I'm
trying
going to
to
roll. I'm going to roll for dad jokes. No more of them.
Okay.
No more.
I'm trying to make doctor jokes.
Okay. No, you can have that. You can have that. You actually
Oh,
rolled
there you
six
go.
there, so.
Oh, there you go. We'll keep them coming then.
But yeah, it takes you about an hour to get out there. You get a few sand in some places yourself. And you find this.
What's the scenery look like on the
Sand.
way?
This is desert. Outside the city, this is desert. The cities are built near oases and rivers, and anywhere. And as soon as you get
It's
away
just
from that, you are in
dunes.
desert.
Okay.
Okay. So you arrive there, and you can see they've collected all the Cyberman tech,
Oh.
and they've left their own soldiers' armours lying, rusting, or not rusting yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is quite recent event.
Sun bleached.
They what you notice about the battlefield is it's just armour. There are no bodies.
Okay.
Where are the bodies, Doctor?
So, and there is
So
a trail
Just
of
a trail.
of Cyberman
See.
footprints.
Winds
Okay.
haven't blown over yet.
so the Doctor would pick up on what Rebel said and said, "You're right. There's no bodies. There's two options here. People were vaporized, or they've been taken to be converted. Neither is good.
No.
I see a trail of footprints over there. We should follow them. I can't help but feel the obviousness of the trail could be leading us into a trap."
Is Khalid still with us? Did he come out?
Khalid is still with us. He says he has followed this trail, and it just ends in a hut.
Okay.
Hut. What
And
kind of
there
hut?
they seems to have been signs that they have brushed over a lot of trails, and that they've maybe considered this hut of no importance.
So there's a hut in the middle of
Okay.
the desert
So
where
the
all the
doc-
trails go towards it.
Yeah, it's like near a little
Okay,
oasis.
so it's
this
like a
is.
shelter.
It's just like it was, like say a shepherd's
Yeah.
hut or something, but
Okay.
it's obviously Cybermen have been in there.
Okay. So is there any cyber
Well,
tech
the
lying
Doctor
around?
would like to go and
Go on. Yeah.
so the Doctor would like to go and investigate. She's going to get the Sonic out, give it a bit of a wave around, give Khalid a bit of a thrill at some
Shiny lighty things.
magic wands.
Yeah, his eyes have lit up
Things
here.
that I haven't noticed.
Yeah.
He's very excited. He's actually to the point where he's instructed the guard that came with you to wait, let you all three enter the hut together.
Okay.
If that's
So-
where you're going.
Yes. So Rebel, that's what we're going to do.
We're gonna
I
go
think.
inside the hut.
Well,
All of us?
Yeah.
you're
So
inside the hut now. It's very small. It's
Big
quite
ground.
dark. There has been signs that this place has been searched, which Khalid confirms. They did search this hut. They didn't really find anything.
okay. So it's a bit of a mess inside.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's like like everything's
Yeah,
strewn
but
all over the place. It's not. It's obviously just like surface
But
things have been moved.
Okay.
there's nothing.
Like things have
There's
been
nothing
moved
really
off
important
themselves
left
to see
behind,
behind.
particularly.
It would appear
Should we
not.
have a deeper look? Is there anything underneath the hut? Is there
Yeah,
a floor
I
to the
would
hut,
think-
or is it just sand? So is it literally just like
There is a
There
wooden
is a
floor
wooden
actually. under a Persian rug. Surprise,
Maybe
surprise.
look under that, Doctor. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, lift up the Persian rug and take a look underneath.
There's some floorboards underneath it.
Okay. Did the Doctor get... but there could have been a trapdoor. Did the Doctor get any results from the Sonic?
Yes. There is a large empty space beneath the floorboards.
Ah, okay. Rebel, we need to get under these floorboards and dig our way down. It might take us to the other side of the world, but we'll just have to take that chance.
In your investigations, you've discovered that there is loose floorboards, and you can actually just pull them up.
Okay, let's get going.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow, what's down there? What?
Yeah. Well, it's quite dark, but you can see there's technology down there.
Okay.
And the technology that they've obviously just left behind.
I think we need.
That's you can go down and you can see it. What you find is the upgrading.
So we go down. We're going down.
Private technology.
Or something, just to drop down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a big cellar, really, much bigger than the hut needs. So it seems to have been excavated by the Cybermen as a little. They found the hut by the battlefield, you surmise, and decided that would be a good place to process their prisoners of war.
Okay, this is where they've taken them, Rebel.
Yeah. There are machines here that are for adding metal limbs, building metal joints, for interfering with the brain patterns.
So this is
remove the emotions from the brain.
Okay, so this is
generally typical cyber processing unit.
But if they're only replacing parts of people, this is not a full conversion process, perhaps. So maybe they're just having an arm that's been chopped off, replaced, or it's a bit more horrific, maybe. Sort of RoboCop-air. Oh, it's just normal. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All them big scissors that came when Martha was Martha.
This is not good.
That's it. It's all of that. All of that is there.
Okay.
This is not good. So are they literally taking people from Syria and converting them into Cybermen way back in Earth's history? That's not a good thing, right?
Yes.
And are they still doing it?
I mean, you don't know where they are, and you don't know how many of them there are, but you do know there must. Khalid says there must be a couple of hundred people.
And
missing.
Where are the Cybermen? More to the
so
point.
They are building.
Because presumably they wouldn't just leave this lot lying around. They're coming back, presumably.
Unless they've got enough.
What do they need?
There's two possibilities. They're going to use it again, or they've abandoned it. It does seem that they've kind of just
gone.
Walked off and left whatever they've left. They found this battle so easy. Probably should let you work this out.
So
that might be asking quite a bit.
Looks like they've abandoned this. Looks like they've abandoned all of this. I'm guessing, Rebel, that they've got what they need. But why?
And should we leave this stuff lying around?
War?
We can't really, can we?
Well, Khalid doesn't want to. Khalid has found this technology and he wants to take it home and examine it.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think it needs to stay here, because I think if we take it, then there's the possibility that they're coming back for it, and if it's not here, they're going to come looking for a fight. But Cybermen don't generally just go around killing and converting for the fun of it. They must be doing something specific here.
So have they got something going on that's close by, or is it they just happened across Syria in the whatever century?
Well, we don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they are. They come. This is not the only battlefield. There are several battlefields where they have come across platoons of the standing army. I'm not sure what the Persian army would have been called.
Does it look like there's any? Does it look like there's any ways out of the basement conversion?
Only up through the floorboards. No. It looks like they tried to put the hut back as it was.
But left
this wasn't meant to be found.
Gear lying around.
And the search by the Khalid turned up nothing. It was only your sonic screwdriver that tipped you off. There was more to search. So maybe they are coming back. Maybe they just wanted to hide it and so that you wouldn't use it.
Either way, we can't let Khalid mess around with this stuff, can we?
No, because he doesn't know what he's doing with it. It could cause all sorts of problems. So we need to tell him the severity of this situation here. Well, I don't think he's going to have a choice about it. So let's go back up and go and see him and say, Khalid, we've investigated downstairs and we found a laboratory belonging to the Silver Soldiers, and this is a laboratory to turn your soldiers into theirs. She's trying to explain it in a way that someone who wouldn't be at all familiar with technology of that type make it understandable.
But one of his science philosophy, he's kind of he doesn't understand some of the words. He doesn't really know how any of this could be true, but he kind of believes you, and he kind of understands what you're getting at, if not exactly the full details. He trusts you.
Okay.
He's a scientist, you're a scientist, and you're clearly more advanced than him. He's giving that respect.
Okay.
Now he's very worried.
Well, he should be worried.
Okay.
He needs to be worried. But
he should be worried, yeah.
We can't let him keep all his stuff. He's got weapons there that are way beyond their time, that are way too powerful.
Well, he suggests you return to his home and discuss the matter. It's getting late now.
I would say this thing needs to be
it's
filled
probably
in with sand
to have some more food
and buried. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he'll get his guards on it. It's the extent to which he trusts you.
Okay.
Because he knows where it is anyway. He could always come back himself, I guess. But he's agreeing that this technology is dangerous, and he is instructing. The guards don't know what was below. You put all the floorboards back. They didn't come in.
Yeah.
They don't know about any of this. But they are boarding up this hut, and they're posting a couple of sentries outside it.
Good idea.
Okay.
And they are escorting you back to the city.
Good. That makes me feel better.
So he's basically over dinner.
Yes.
Because they're very civilized people. He is a member of the. He's a prince, in fact, so he's very civil to you. And he's basically saying he wants you to tell him about these Cybermen. Most importantly, he wants you to tell him how they are going to defeat them.
Okay. So the Doctor has a good feeling about Khalid. No hint that he's secretly going to want to take this stuff and try to he has been investigating the stuff, but now he's found out more about it. He's wanting to get it buried and find out how to stop them and things. So the Doctor's going to explain the Cybermen are a race of machine people from far away across the stars, and they travel across the galaxies, unstopping to kill and convert people into their own kind, and they will not stop until they've achieved their goal. And the only way to stop them...
Have you heard this explanation from Geoff? A tiny little squeak comes from just behind Khalid ibn Yazid, and his face looks very worried.
Has he got rats?
He's not very happy to have this news, but he's hoping that with this great knowledge comes the ability to conquer this terrible foe.
So the Doctor says maybe she says, Rebel, in your learnings about the Cybermen, what did you find out would be a way to stop them?
They're very difficult to stop, Doctor, as you know. The only thing I can think of, there is a bit of a story, a bit of a legend that I got from Jim. And he reckons the guy who's, remember he used to take lubricant back and forwards? He heard that they're allergic to gold. Don't know if that's true. Don't know if it works. But your man here is into alchemy. So maybe there's a connection there. If he's turning lead into gold,
he is very...
That might...
He is very interested in alchemy. Unfortunately, he hasn't got it to work.
Okay,
Not
do you know?
without
I'm just going to say,
positronic influence.
it's almost like the story, this game here has been planned from start to finish.
I mean, there's some sort of godlike figure hovering over it.
And it is, and the gamesmaster hasn't developed a cliffhanger that they can't get out of. Yeah. Okay. So the Doctor says it's true about gold. There's two ways to defeat a Cyberman: an explosive, which is difficult and doesn't really work.
It's got to be really powerful
a lot of the time, or gold. It's got to be really powerful, more powerful than perhaps they can put together here. They don't like gold, which is reminds me of Gold Member in Austin Powers. I like gold. So they don't like gold. So she's going to ask Khalid, what have you got in your coffers? Can we raid them? Because once we find
they have some lead that they were planning on turning into gold. Unfortunately, they've not managed it. They have a few coins.
A few gold coins isn't going to stop an army.
They always also ask you how gold destroys them. Do you just feed gold to them?
Yeah,
for them
Doctor,
to
how
have
does
this
it work?
allergic reaction?
You just got to touch them.
It's in their respiration.
They
It
just
gets into their respiration systems. It stops them respirating.
Well, in a time when I defeated them once, I used gold, essentially glitter, to get into their respiratory systems and stop them. So the Doctor is going to suggest that your soldiers need to be equipped with gold.
Gold-tipped spears.
Well, he does say his soldiers are among his soldiers are the finest archers in the known world.
Even better.
And they have
hot shots.
They have arrows that can pierce armour.
And
armour piercing gold-tipped arrow. That's what you need.
Okay, and the Doctor's going to say, ask Robin Hood about it. Oh, you can't. He's not around yet. But that's what I used. I used that on. Yeah.
You could. I suppose you still have the TARDIS outside his palace. You could, I guess, nip forward.
Could spoil your story and go and get Robin Hood from Planet Robot Hood.
Had there been a full-length adventure, I wouldn't have objected.
We needed
to
a
that
little peacock.
Little detour.
To keep this within an hour.
Okay, so we're gonna show them how to make gold, but we need to do it in a way that doesn't give them tricks and methods
the only way you can do
their
it
time.
is by using the machine.
Right, I need Geoff to roll 2 dice.
Yeah.
And he's got to beat a score of 8.
Okay, I'm just going to set my thing to two dice.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Where's my roll button? 9.
9. You've done it without using a modifier. I set that too low, didn't I? Never mind. You have one. Mind you, 9. I'm going to give you one of the 2 pieces of knowledge.
Oh, okay.
That are kind of floating in the air in front of you. I'm just trying to decide which one to give you. Well, there is only one way to turn lead into gold. It is actually possible, but it leads the gold to be radioactive.
Oh.
Very radioactive?
And it also requires a particle accelerator.
So we could make it radioactive with the sonic probably, but...
all you need to do is to get lead to drop 3 protons and it becomes gold.
Turn it into,
Well, that's probably something that the TARDIS could do, but if it's going to make it radioactive, we don't really want to do that.
The Doctor would know that the heart of the TARDIS can just swallow that radioactivity.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's a very good idea.
Bingo. Okay, Khalid, we can help make gold to sufficiently protect your soldiers against the Cybermen. Of course, we still need to find them, but maybe we can lure them to us. for which she has an idea, which will require a small amount of explosive.
Maybe you need to go and get Ace as well.
Yeah. Well, she got a couple of cans of Nitro 99 or whatever Ace's enhanced.
I'm sure Jim's technological expertise
we
can help
we
the
could
Doctor.
knock something
Yes.
up.
Yeah. So the Doctor's. Yeah. Okay, so Jim, Rebel, I need you to make us some explosives. We're going to blow up the conversion chamber, which will bring them back to us, hopefully. And we're going to take Khalid into the TARDIS to show him the process of making gold from lead.
Right. Well, he's extremely excited about this. This has been part of his life's work.
Yeah. So
learn the secret of alchemy, of transmutation.
So
he's very excited you're going to give him this knowledge.
We'll definitely give him the knowledge. So yeah, you're going to be fine, Khalid. Yeah. So where's the gunpowder?
Yeah, you won't be able to do it when we've gone. Yeah. Okay, so
best not tell him that.
So does Rebel he go off to find the gunpowder?
Yeah, he's given you all the lead in the coffers that they were preparing, and he's having his guards help you transport it to the TARDIS.
They probably shouldn't come in the TARDIS.
There's a lot of lead. He's got an army of a couple of thousand archers to arm. Yeah, he wonders why you're taking it into a shed.
Just
and if you've built a particle accelerator, he doesn't understand his words, but he's reckoned. And so, are you going to take him in there?
Yeah. Well, the Doctor's going to say, Khalid, it's not up to you, Rebel. She's going to say, this is where the real magic happens. Come with us.
This is why Geoff wanted to be the Doctor, isn't it?
I object most strongly.
So we're going in.
Can't bring these people in.
Okay.
Why do you object,
Rebel? Could do worse damage than the
there are certain
Cybermen.
words on his lips, I'm sure. He wants to know why it's bigger on the inside.
It's transcendentally folded.
Says.
He doesn't understand that at all. No. But to be honest, he hasn't understood anything you've said. But it all seems to be working out quite well. He's aware that he's like a child in the presence of mythical beings.
Yeah.
Hang on, my cat wants to leave. I know. Look, you can get. So the cat's blind. She's the wrong side of the door. So there you go. She's trying to get out.
I thought you were playing up the rumour that there was a cat going to live in the TARDIS in one series.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. Ever hear that?
I think there was a cat in the New Adventures. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so what's that?
You basically, it takes some time and some tinkering, and Rebel is needed for his help, but you manage to get a sufficient quantity of guilt.
I'm full of guilt.
So you can kind of, because you can't make gold-tipped arrows because that wouldn't have the power to get through the armour.
Yeah.
And you are going to need to go for the weak points of the armour. So either the eye sockets or the respiratory system or the mouth socket or the joints. But these are good archers. They're very good archers.
Got skills.
So they've got kind of, one shot. They need to use their mad skills. That's right, with a Z, at the Cybermen, and the gold-tipped arrows will be enough to stop them, but it will require all of your soldiers to bring their A game and take them out.
These are the elite.
These are the finest archers. Luckily, the Caliph was in the city, so his standing army was following him. They were here, so they're just outside the city in a huge encampment. So
convenient.
Obviously, the gold gilt has been sent with instructions that it be applied to the arrow.
So basically, what we got going on now, we got like an army building.
Now,
we got training.
You just need a target. You just need a target.
Yeah. Okay. So what have we got? What can we use?
Well, I think Geoff did have an idea about how to lure Cybermen.
Rebel was supposed to be going and getting some gunpowder and other assorted explosive items.
But I can do that.
Yes.
Not the gold, the lead.
It was the turning of the lead into the gold.
Not the gold.
That kind of freaked me out a bit.
Just
I had to see it happen. But the gunpowder, we got that. Don't worry. We're on it. I'm on it.
Yeah. So for the ones in the cheap seats, we need to send Rebel to get some gunpowder and other things that can be blown up, and go and pour it into the cyber conversion centre.
So we're going to blow that up?
Of the shed.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. Well, that takes you obviously another hour to get there. The army is kind of keeping a discreet distance, but they are right there behind you.
Jim's sending me wary things at the back of my head.
Dune, let's say 2,000 people hiding behind the sand
Jim's
dune.
not happy about this.
Anyway, so you arrive at the conversion chamber. Jim has he's got a nagging thought.
Okay.
So we need roll
Hold on.
2 dice, Jim.
An even number.
You need an even number.
Oh, look at that! You see that? A 12.
What have you got?
I've just literally rolled a 12.
You got a 12.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Does that work? Can you see that?
Wow.
Fantastic.
Well, that's obviously the best even number you could get. You're looking at this technology and something the doctor was describing about how it takes emotions out of the brain to leave the Cybermen emotionless. How it can
render them.
You're wondering if it can take things out of the brain.
Get rid of the old.
What else can it take out?
In my head, that's what I've been thinking. Because he's given me nags. Nags now.
Do you want to?
Well,
So this is the discussion you might need to have with the doctor. Because you're going to blow this machine up.
That ruins the possibility of me getting rid of the old man for good. Because then it's out of my hands.
So you're putting the doctor in a difficult. Well, both.
But
of them
it's all I've wanted was to get this guy out of my head. I never wanted him in my head in the first place, and he's been there constantly for the last few years, just nag. Do this, do that. This ain't right. That's not right. What are you doing that for? Calling me names, insulting me every single chance he gets, thinking that he knows better than I do, and I've had enough of it. Absolutely enough. So I want him out, and here's a chance for me to get rid of him once and for all. So he's gone.
Well, the doctor wants to know.
It was an accident.
How did he get in there?
It was an accident. I wanted to get rid of some memories out of my head because they were too painful. And this old guy, somehow they put him in instead. So not only do I have all the painful memories, I've got this old guy in there. Painful memories. I don't care.
Does Jim have anything to say about it?
He's got loads to say about it.
Does who?
Does Jim.
Does Jim.
You want me to let Jim talk?
Graham, you're making it even more of a...
Yeah, I suppose I've got no say in this, have I? Hey, you just want to get rid of me, do you? You don't care about me, do you? No, that's all. You're just thinking about yourself all the time. That's all that matters to you, isn't it? Just you, and nobody else. Well, if that's what you think, then good. I'll be glad to get rid of you and all, because I never wanted to end up in your stupid skull in the first place. It's not even that pleasant in here. You never clean it out. It's full of rubbish. Look at all this nonsense, all this stuff about your parents. You ain't got the singlest idea, mate. You should be lucky you even had parents. That's what I say. So if you want me gone, then fine. Let's get out. We'll part ways and never meet up again. Fine, stick me in a cyber body. I don't care. That'll do for me. At least I'll be rid of your bleeding old nonsense. So that's that then, settled.
The doctor's going to say that...
What?
No, we can't do this, Rebel. I know you want rid of Jim, but we can't just erase him. I promise you, I will find a way to remove him whilst giving
Stick him in a Cyberman.
his
He won't mind.
own body
He'll be happy for
and his own life back again.
Surely we can stick him in a Cyberman.
I don't feel we can do that.
He hasn't got any emotions anyway. The only emotion he's got is nag.
I did once have...
That's all he does. Every day. Constantly. You don't have to live with it. You just get the occasional outburst every now and then. I've got it constant in the back of my head, and it's driving me nuts.
Well, I did once have a friend.
How Geoff feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Paul. I only joke.
Dad jokes.
I did.
Are you any nearer a decision on this?
Well, I was going to say, I did once have a friend called Handles who was a Cyberman head that I reprogrammed to be friendly. So maybe there's a way that we can separate the two of you and put Jim into Handles 2.
You're going to put him into a wooden
Worse
head.
than that, you had a Cyberman's head friend?
No.
No.
That was just the same episode, wasn't it? It wasn't actually wooden.
Yes, it happened. It happened off screen. We didn't ask any questions. We just accepted it. but we could do that.
Okay.
You can do that. This would take about 24 hours to get this machine up and running, with the limit of your knowledge.
With the limit of the Doctor's knowledge.
The Doctor would know more than me, but this would be a long process to get this going.
Okay.
Doing it?
Rebel, we're in a difficult situation here because time is limited. We need to keep the people of the city safe.
So you're saying, what are you saying? That I've got to keep them in my head? That we can't actually use this technology?
I'm saying that we have to put the lives of others over.
But we don't even know if the
Cybermen
are coming back. They might not come back.
Is what I'm saying.
They might have gone.
Okay. I tell you what. Is it possible to take out the equipment that we need?
It's rolling dice.
Or is it too big?
You would have to go back. It'd take you an hour to get back for the TARDIS. Unless you could use some sort of recall. Have you got a recall to get the TARDIS to you?
Not really, no.
I mean, the plan you have to blow up this equipment, I presume you're assuming it will send back a signal.
Yes, I'm assuming. Yeah, it will alert the Cybermen that it's been blown.
I mean, maybe even just switching it on would do that.
Anyway, regardless.
Okay.
Maybe. This is just a theory. But
how long will it? How long will it take to do the separating and the transfer?
24 hours.
Well, it's going to take you about 24 hours just to get the machine booted up.
By which time, I suppose, the Cybermen could be here. If they know we're in here tampering with their machines.
Well, wasn't that your plan?
Was that plan?
Wasn't that your plan to get the Cybermen?
Well, yes. So it was the plan that we were going to blow the thing up to bring them to us to defeat them because we don't know where they are. They could be anywhere. So why don't we live life dangerously?
Yes.
Fire up the equipment.
Yes.
Position all of the soldiers around the conversion hut. Get the process going. Hope that the Cybermen take a minimum of 24 hours to arrive. In which case,
to arrive.
The
Cybermen have started to arrive. I've been rolling. They were always planning on coming back here.
Okay, well,
because they were taking their new Cybermen back.
Well, the mission now is to keep the cyber conversion place safe for use. So we need to get there, toot sweet, position our soldiers, and send some in to take on the Cybermen that might be inside, and put a perimeter, multi-ringed perimeter, around the hut to shoot some gold at the Cybermen, do some cyber target practice. Because Rebel, we're going to separate you and Jim.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
Let's get a shift
back on that camel.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just. That's quite a good plan, I think. Now, Or do we roll for a battle? I didn't get as far as reading the rules for a battle. But you've got these expert archers, and they know where to aim.
Yeah.
It just depends how many Cybermen there are.
Yeah.
You've got 2,000 archers.
Yeah.
Let's say they've got 2 arrows each. Now you need to take a dice, Geoff.
Okay.
As you seem to be the general.
General the Doctor.
For every point I pip on your dice, I'll give you 1,000 successful shots.
Come on, make it a good one.
And you say how many Cybermen?
4,000 Cybermen.
Okay.
4,000.
4,000.
There were only a handful.
Number.
You can see the Cybermen approaching. You've got 3. You've taken out 3,000 of the 4,000.
No, look, I just rolled 6.
It's just done them all.
I just rolled a 6.
Yes!
Oh, you just taken them all out.
Boom.
You've taken them all out. You have arrows to spare.
Brilliant.
Look at that. Lucky roll of the dice, Rebel.
That's pretty good.
Fantastic.
Well, now, all that remains is for you to make this very important decision about Jim and worry about Khalid ibn Yazid and his future knowledge. I mean, these soldiers are prone to exaggerate the stories of their victories.
Yeah.
And they're just describing these as knights in shining armour. This is like the First Crusade, 300 years early as far as they're concerned. They just won a war. They're not worried. It's Khalid. He's got too much knowledge now.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go into the cyber conversion unit, which is all activated and fired up. And we're going to begin the process of separating Rebel and Jim, putting Jim into a cyber head, which the Doctor's going to say this is a temporary measure for
Handles
you.
Jim.
Handles 2. And they're just like that. Jimdals. And after the process, I think that the cyber conversion place needs to be blown up, got rid of, and eliminated to remove all traces of this technology from this time period. And then we need to deal with Khalid, and I think as much as the Doctor doesn't want to, she needs to do a bit of a memory jigging on him to make him forget this, but perhaps keep some of the information about how to make gold from lead as a little helpful treat.
You're giving him the secret of alchemy.
No. That's risky.
Yes.
You've given one of the earliest alchemists the secret of alchemy.
Yeah.
And now turn lead into gold.
Yeah.
Although,
And he won't have the means to actually do it. Yeah.
And he won't have a particle accelerator for
So it's
possibly
a good
another
idea, actually.
1,300 years,
So
something.
not have the means to be able to. Nice plan.
Okay.
Tricky, very tricksy, Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Really ambiguous. You might
I'm going
say.
to get Jim. Jim's got a roll,
Yeah.
7 or over, for
Okay,
this
right.
process to be
There's
successful.
My dice. You can see if I press that button,
With
it's
2
my
dice.
roll. There we go.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's 5. It's not
It's
successful.
unsuccessful.
It hasn't worked.
It doesn't work.
After all that,
No.
it's still in my head.
So you're still
He's
stuck
still there.
together.
He's laughing at me. No! Oh my goodness! After all this, all them Cybermen.
You do have story points in this game.
Right.
You have 5 story points.
Oh.
I decided. I didn't actually let you know because I didn't know whether you'd be using them or not. You can modify a die.
Right.
If you've got 5 story points, you can modify it by
So
5.
I only need to. What did
You
I
can
need
use
to
them
get?
all
I
in
need
one
to get
go.
7, right? So I got 5. So I only need 2 more story points.
Yeah.
That makes 7.
You can use your story points
Let's
up at
do
this
it.
point. To be honest,
Let's
at the
do
end of
it.
the
Use
story,
them. Come on.
Yeah, you might as well just use them.
Give it another go.
If you really
We
want,
must have
you've
forgotten something
decided.
in the procedure. Maybe there's an important button that we didn't press, an important lever that wasn't thrown.
Well, that's it. Your story points. If you can add, you
Or
can
maybe
add up
that's
to
more
5
voltage.
story
We
points.
just
to
need a
your
bit
row.
more power.
So,
Come on, Doctor,
no,
try it again.
so,
Let's do it.
Okay,
Push it again. Push all
push
the
the
buttons.
button again. We're
Flip
going to
all
flip
the
the switch
switches.
and see what
And
happens.
this time, a little boost. Maybe it was Jim's determination and desire to get this machine to work. Because it does work off emotions. It works on emotions, and it works off brain patterns.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of Jim that really wants to be out there as well.
There's a reason.
So this time, it's successful.
Just something, just before we left. He said there was a reason. There was a reason that he was put in my head. I didn't catch all of it. He was gone. He was gone too quickly. Is he gone? Is he still? Is he? He's not there.
There was a reason he was.
Is he in the head?
We've got rid of him
Jim,
now.
Are you in there, mate?
Well, he's in the cyber head, isn't he?
Well, yes.
I don't know if he's awake yet. And he might be a bit miffed because he's got no body now, Jim. And that was your fault.
But
yeah, you didn't really think that through. So what's Jim's reaction when he wakes up and discovers that he's now a disembodied Cyberman caught ahead?
Well, I guess he's a
bloody
bit grumpy.
Heck is going on
he's
here?
glad to be out, and he's demanding that you find him
Where
the rest
is
of the
my
limbs
hand
for this body.
and
Jim,
my leg?
I promise you,
I cannot walk. What is going on? I am not happy. I no longer know what happy is. Uh-oh. Sorry, Jim.
Oh dear. Right, Jim, I've got to do a bit of tinkering because it appears your emotion inhibitor chip is still active.
What a crudding Nora
gonna lift
is
it up.
this?
Just imagine it's a bit like that scene.
I ain't not had anything like this before. It is not what I signed up for. You better keep your ear instead. Some sort of profanity filter inside the
I think at this point the doctor might turn him off.
Yeah, the doctor might leave him at the bottom of the cyber conversion thing and nuke it and do one. But the doctor's going to do the right thing here for Jim. She's going to switch off the inhibitor chip to bring her the emotions back, and she's going to promise Jim that we will find him a full body. This is a temporary measure.
Well, you've placated Jim for now. Jim
Okay.
probably won't take long to start up
Keep
again,
him quiet.
but for now,
relief.
he's given you some peace.
Okay.
And my brain too.
Exploring his new
I feel
brain.
like I've got more space to think. It feels.
And how does Rebel
feels
feel?
kinda
Rebel
good,
is just
but-
Rebel
Yeah.
now.
How's
Actually, a little
Rebel?
bit sad as well. It's like it's like losing
A bit
a.
lonely.
Yeah.
Is it,
you
is
know
it
when
quiet in there?
you got someone who
Your thoughts
you
are bouncing
absolutely
around
hate,
from wall to wall.
and you're so focused on hating them, and then when they're gone, it's like you realise that the hate was just a mask in the first place. I'm not saying I loved him or anything like that, because that's just weird, but I think I'm going to miss the old geezer.
There you go.
Well, he's
now
not
got Khalid to worry about.
He's in the
He's not
Cyberman
gone.
head.
he's still here.
We can
But
still
he's just
try
not-
and figure out
can still
why
talk to him, of
he
course.
actually was in my head in the first place.
That was a bit.
Give
That
me
was a
some-
bit
I can just
that
chuck
in
him around
the
now, actually, can't I? So if he annoys me, I'll just pick it up and luzz him at the far end of the console room. That'll do. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
The
has.
dynamic of this
Yeah, I
relationship
now have
has
a physical
changed quite a
thing
bit now.
I can grab hold of by the handles. Yeah, but still, it's going to take some
Literally.
adjustment.
Doctor, I don't know whether your companion might need a word or two at some stage, but you've now got to worry
Yeah,
about
we can do that, Doctor.
Khalid
He saw a lot of stuff.
and his
Okay.
future knowledge.
so we need to go and see Khalid and talk to him and tell him he doesn't need to know anything about
He doesn't need that bit.
Jim and Rebel, but we need to tell him that the Cybermen have been defeated. We need him to promise that he will immediately blow up the base and get rid of all of the machinery and things,
Do that anyway.
melt
We should
it,
take
whatever.
out his hands.
And
Can we risk it?
well, yeah, we need to get rid of it. And the doctor's going to say something like, Khalid, I've given you information and knowledge that you cannot have at this point in history, and I'm sorry. The adventure was great, and you were instrumental in helping save your people here, but we can't let you remember this. So she's gonna put her fingers on the temples and wipe those recent memories.
Well, Khalid he's very upset about this. This has been his life's work, but you've saved his people, and he doesn't understand half of it anyway. He's accepting that this needs to be done. You've explained, what happens. It's a shame you didn't get the other piece of knowledge, when you only got the one of the two, because he dies in a few months. And you could have just let him. But would he have kept the secrets? You don't know.
No.
Would he have written it down in a book? You couldn't take the risk, I guess.
No.
But he has no memory of anything to do. He knew there was these knights in armour who were terrorising his people, and he knows there were a couple
he
of
knew the alchemy,
what he would describe as mercenaries that came and led his army against them into a great victory, and this is all he kind of remembers.
And the alchemy.
Well, I think that's quite reasonable.
So he's happy, he's still pleased, even after the mind wipe, but obviously after the mind wipe, because all he's left with is this story of a great victory. He was a prince, he was destined to become caliph until his older brother died too young, and he was shunted aside for his more mature and experienced uncle. Right. So he feels like he's fulfilled some of his destiny here, where he thought he wasn't going to get any. So he's happy. He's a little bit. I mean, now he doesn't know what he's forgotten, but
he gets over.
At the time, he was disappointed, but he acquiesced.
So,
okay. So it's kind of a happy ending, I guess.
Melancholy.
That's the end of the story.
Yeah, that's good.
But there is obviously a little bit of a future for Jim and Rebel,
and also
different to how.
Why were the Cybermen? Yeah, why were the Cybermen here?
Take that anywhere or not?
Well, I think
even for them.
Yeah. Well, Paul, you need to. Is that the end of the adventure?
That's the end of the adventure. This is a one.
Yes.
This was a single episode, standalone adventure.
That's pretty good.
Because I wasn't sure about the pacing,
just over the hour,
and how it would work.
I tell you what, we've had
that's really good. That's worked really nicely.
Action and adventure and science and Cybermen and stuff like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like it. Well done, mate. Fantastic.
You've really well done. You've thought about this and really you've teed things up there to for the characters there, and that's a really good job. I've really enjoyed that. Excellent.
I was a little bit worried that it might be a little bit too leading you by the nose some places, but to get it all in an hour, there were moments where it was done on your stats, and you figured a lot out yourself.
I don't think you helped too much, but I did a little bit of pointing in direction and stuff like that, so
there was a lot of things there that I didn't. You went in different directions, and I had to improvise a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I think, but that's part of the fun of it, I think, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we should say there's a lot more depth to this game than we've been able to go.
Yes, I'm sure there is.
There's so much more. We are skimming the surface of this game, and that's fine. It's a valid way to play the game for beginners.
Yeah.
We could go a little bit deeper if we were going to do a series of this.
Yeah.
But an hour at a time, it's not enough to go to use all of the things that are in the book.
Yeah.
So I think because we don't want to sell the book short,
No, I think that's that's worth saying, that we are doing this
entry level
at a sort of simpler approach.
But then that will encourage people to get into it.
If you can just do something like this,
because you can just for more experienced gamers, you can get deeper into this. You can spend 6 months building a world and you can get your friends to be in there for a year.
Yeah,
it did.
Well, that's what Dave said, wasn't it, Paul? When we talked to him, they they've done that on some games. He's had games going on for ages with people.
Yeah. But this little amount of skimming the surface that we've done, you can have a lot of fun.
Both times.
Yeah, it's been great fun. Now, isn't it? I mean, it's really good. The book. The book does have, kind of a story. No, it's not this one. We've got the add-on, haven't we, Paul? It does have a kind of series that you can do. And I know, I'm just looking it up now quickly. So they've just released the Doctors and Daleks a player's guide. That's a new add-on. And there's... the Doctors and Daleks Keys of Scaravor, which has got 13 on the front, and a Zygon and a Sea Devil as well. So that's kind of a series of stuff there, I think. And then there's Doctors and Daleks.
Like a whole season.
Yeah, it is. And then there's Alien Archive, which I think we've got the PDF of. So yeah, we could have a look at that. If people are, I mean, I'm certainly enjoying this, and I'd be up for doing it even if we weren't doing this for the podcast. But if people are enjoying listening to this, and do let us know, and we can look to do some more. Graham, have you played Magic the Gathering before? Do you know that?
Yes, yeah. I mean, this would be in the mid to late 90s. I was playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. Okay.
I stopped when my kid was born, which was about 2003.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it's.
I haven't got it. I sold all my cards when I stopped playing. The thing. You become a new parent. You need money for boring things like nappies and socks.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have your wood elves and your dire wolves anymore.
Well, Paul and I just got a set each recently, which we need to have a play with, and the Doctor Who set is coming out soon, so maybe that's something that we can look into. Yeah.
I'll definitely be getting that.
Yeah, maybe we can have a look to...
Did you? I had quite a big circle of Magic players back in the day, but...
That's huge. Yeah, I mean, I remember
when you were playing it back then, but it's exploded.
I remember playing it with some friends in America when I was over there for a week or two, and in my head it was 1992, but it can't have been because it didn't come out until 93, so it must have been 94 or 5. But I had a huge stash of the cards that I brought home, and we played like every night when I was there, and it was only a small, like I said, week or two. But enough that I could kind of remember it quite vividly and really enjoying playing it. It's
not a very simple mechanic. The game play is very easy to learn, but it's got so many possibilities.
Yeah, that's why I said to you, Paul, because you tried it with Freya, didn't you? And you didn't quite get it, and I played it with my wife, and we got it. Like you said, Graham, the basics, the tapping and untapping and. Stuff like that. It's quite straightforward. The set we got is March of the Machine.
Death Touch and all the little
they've added. And they've added like Incubate as a feature and Siege cards and stuff like that. But
I had a deck. It was all artifact creatures, and I had a card in there that basically could turn every artifact creature into my deck. Into a 1/1 creature in one turn, so I could get about 200 creatures out in one turn and just slaughter everybody. But you had to get the right right combination of 3 cards in order to trigger this mechanism.
Yeah,
you just had to survive until those 3 cards were in your hand at once. And it was great fun. I absolutely loved it. And then my mate had a zombie deck, which just destroyed everything I had. So.
It is really good. We should play it. I've been.
If you are struggling to learn it, then just go on a YouTube tutorial. There must be
anything which anybody else can do. I always think, well, I should be able to do it. There's no reason why not. It looks good.
If there's a Doctor Who version coming out, you learn it. Because that'd be fun.
It's superb.
Yeah, the art on that is fantastic. So, it's going to be really good.
I'll keep the eye out for that.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Brilliant.
Well,
Well done,
I've
Graham.
enjoyed
Thanks
this
for that.
enormously, so I hope our listeners have as well. And Paul, I think it's your turn now to generate the next adventure.
Might take me a while, but don't you worry. I'll be
you?
up there soon with the next instalment.
That's fine. And
No, I wasn't going anywhere. That's what I was going to say.
Jim has now got.
It wasn't going there. It just ended there. You know, if you were expecting
you might have to have a
instalment
pause
off,
for the
it wasn't going to happen.
story.
It just ended at
It's always gonna be the
instalment.
gamesmaster.
That's it. It's too late for anything else. Brain tired. You know, I've been through an emotional roller coaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kind of
And you've
fizzles.
got half a
I'm
brain
in some
Yeah.
shock, some sort of trauma here. Yeah. Anyway, no, it's good. Well done, Graham. Thanks for that, mate. Smashing. Yeah.
Brilliant.
The doctor will give you a custard cream and it'll be all right.
Brilliant. Right.
Yeah.
Until next time, dear listeners.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for joining us again, Graham.
No, thank you for coming back. It's fun. If you do it again,
Yes,
I'm in.
indeedy.
Brilliant.
You heard it
Great.
here.
We'll
Everybody,
hold
there's
you to that.
witnesses.
Oh, no.
Until next time.
Yeah.
See you then.
Right. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.